Hey Gold Digger, Kimberly Olson here, back for another episode of #GetLit, where we crush your business in less than 10 minutes. For today, I have a surprise for you. My work wife, Allyson Mancini, she actually runs our company, Gold Digger Girl, so I'm really excited to have her come in and share with you something so awesome. It's gonna be a pivotal piece for your business and overall success. I absolutely adore Allyson. As you can see, we have built a very big brand here, and she's a pivotal part of that, essential part of it. So definitely listen in because she is totally gonna blow your mind with what she is going to be sharing with you. Stay tuned.
Hey there, I am excited to be here today. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Allyson Mancini, and I'm the operations director here at Gold Digger Girl. And my job here at Gold Digger Girl is really to support Kimberly and the whole team, and just to help make sure that all of our systems and processes are working how we want them to work, just to make us most efficient that we can. So what I wanted to come in here today, and I'm really excited about, is teaching you all. I want to give you a few tips for leadership and when you're starting to build your team. So a lot of you that are on here and that listen in on a regular basis, you might be in the network marketing industry, you might be building out your own programs, your own coaching company, whatever that looks like. Eventually you're going to have a team, whether it's 1 people, 10 people, who knows, maybe 50 people. But there are things that we have learned over the last few years, Kimberly and I, that I just wanted to share with you here because I feel like they will be extremely helpful to you. So starting out, the first and most important thing is that you must cultivate strong leadership within your company. So it's really the cornerstone of success. And leadership is really about leading by example. Do you lead by example? Do you walk the talk? Is that what it is? Do you walk the talk? Like, are you doing what you need to do? Are you setting the tone for the entire team? You need to be the embodiment of the values that you have in your company. And I can tell you firsthand from working with Kimberly, I truly, like, in everything I do, I'm like, okay, I know she would do this. Like, she would go this extra mile. She would do this extra thing. That's the role of a strong leader within your company. And she is an amazingly strong leader as a CEO. The other thing, and we have also learned this as we've gone along, is really prioritizing really open and transparent communication. Recently, she and I were talking, and we were talking about a coach that she's worked with. And one of the things that this coach always says is you can never communicate too much. You must over communicate. And part of that is because we have so many things coming at us on a regular basis. Sometimes we just miss things. Plus, perspectives are totally different. I may say something one way, and Kimberly and I do this a lot. I may say something some way, or she may say something to me, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm hearing what she's saying, but you know what? I need to be sure. So I'll go back to her and I'm like, okay, let me clarify this. And I'll reiterate what I think she wants, and then we can tweak and she can give clarity if needed. So communication is key. It really helps your team also feel comfortable that they can share their ideas, concerns, feedback, and regularly communicating our visions and our goals with our team is really important. And finally, just really setting out clear expectations. That is another thing that we have learned along this journey, is that we need to be very clear on our expectations, not only for our team members, for the company, where we're going. They need to be very defined, roles and responsibilities. We were just going over with our team members. Okay, let's go over what it is exactly that you're doing. How is what you're doing benefiting the profit of the company and the growth of the company? And let's make sure you're really focusing on those things. So you want expectations to be very clear. All right, number 2 tip, and this is really important: assembling an amazing team. This is probably can be one of the hardest things, but building a team is really essential to your growth. And one of the biggest things that we have learned, you want team members that believe in your company's values and your mission. You can teach skills, you can teach how to do things, but you cannot teach attitude, motivation, wanting to get better, you can't teach those things. Those are things that people have to want for themselves. So you can teach skills, you can teach processes, you can teach systems, but you really want someone that really believes in you, your mission, they go along with your values, they feel the same way. And it's really, really important that you look for that. And looking for team members, it's a process. It's not a fast moving thing. It takes time. The other thing you need to do with your team, you always want to have ongoing training and development. So Kimberly has been amazing at that with us as a team. She is constantly wanting us to learn more. Every week we have a leaders meeting, and during our leaders meeting, we share somebody in the industry that we're following, somebody we learned something cool about, maybe a coach, maybe someone that's in our space, not in our space, but somebody that we're learning. We're constantly supporting and learning one another. We also, every Monday morning, we use Slack for our communication. I share some kind of a motivational tip, or maybe something I've learned recently from a coach or learned from a thought leader, or I've even shared John Maxwell leadership tips, like anything to constantly grow your team. And the cool thing about development is you want it to be both internal and external. So internally, we want to continue to grow our team. Kimberly and I are very big. If you talk to either one of us, and our team is the same way. We read a lot. Hence all the books behind me. We're constantly wanting to grow and get better. And it's really important to us that our team does the same thing. And they are believers in that. They want to get better. They're constantly wanting to grow and learn. We also do a lot of external development. For example, next month, we have an entire day set out for a vision board workshop for our team. We're going to be doing it virtually because we're all over the United States and Canada, and we are going to do a vision board workshop. So we're really excited about that. We look for ways to bring things in. They don't have to be super expensive. Maybe you can find a course. We've done that too. Kimberly or I or someone else on the team has found a course. We share it with the others. Like, go check this out. This is so cool. Go check this person out. So that's really important. And finally, one of the things that I learned with Kimberly was you have to really empower your team members and delegate responsibilities and give them ownership of tasks. One of the things that Kimberly said to me in the very beginning was, I would rather you make a mistake and come to me think outside the box. You could make a mistake, and that's okay. Come back to me, apologize. I know I screwed this up, but this is the reality, you guys. We learn from making mistakes. We learn by going out and trying. And one of the big things you have to do with your team, you have to give them ownership. And I know for you CEOs and you entrepreneurs out there, that's really, really hard to let go of. But trust me, because we're in this space, if you do not start to let go of things and give that ownership to your team members, you will burn out as a CEO. You will burn out as an entrepreneur. So you have to let go of those things and trust them. They may not do them exactly the way you do. Even if they do, I heard Kimberly recently say, even they do it 75% to how I would do it, that's great. Like, they will get better and they will grow. And that's what's happened with me with working with Kimberly. I've gotten better. My communication is better. My leadership is better. I still have a long way to go, but I am growing and changing. All right. Tip number 3 is creating efficient processes. So I cannot tell you guys how this is so key. I mean, all of these are key, but processes are so important. So what I want to encourage you to do, and this is something that I wish we would have done more in the beginning, I want to encourage you that when you bring on a team member, whether it's your first VA, maybe it's an OBM, maybe it's an operations, maybe it's another coach to help you, whatever that looks like, as you're going through the training process with them, because if you're starting out in the very beginning, you don't have documented training processes, most likely. But as you're going through training them, I want you to, as you're teaching them, I want you to have them write out the steps of what you're teaching them. And then I want you to have them put it into a document that you can save, and you will start building your SOPs. SOPs are standard operating procedures. You will start building those as you train people. The other thing you can do is when you're looking to bring somebody new into your team, take a look at what are the things that you can't be doing anymore. You just don't have the time. You don't have the bandwidth. For Kimberly, she's very much the face of the company. She's the visionary. She's the one that needs to be out there in front of people. That's what I want her doing. That's what we want her doing. That's what she's gifted at, and she loves it. So if we're looking because we need to maybe build out a position, let's just say, for example, let's say we were looking for somebody to build out like a client experience. Okay, what does that look like? What is that description? We build it out. The description is this. This is what they would be doing. This is their DMO. This is their expectations. Very, very clear. We look at that job description, and then we're like, okay, who do we have already maybe on the team that we can work into this position, or do we need to bring someone from the outside? So I really, really encourage you, you cannot, just like I said, you can't over communicate, you cannot over document. Document all you can, because this is the reality. Something should happen. I should get sick. One of our team members should get in an accident. If somebody has something happens with a family member and they suddenly can't do their job, we need to be able to easily go to a document or something where we can look at what they're doing and easily have someone fill in for that. I want to give you guys a really good idea that we created. We have actually a Trello board that has everybody's roles and positions on it, each column for each position. And then underneath that Trello board is their core objectives. What are the things we need them to do that really helps them grow the profitability of the company? Like, what contributes to the growth of the company in their role? That's first. We have those 3 to 5 of those in the beginning. And then after that, we basically have all of their tasks that they do on a regular basis, one on each card. And the reason we do that is because within those cards, we can drop Loom trainings, we can attach documents, we can move those cards around as we grow and change and pivot, we can adjust those tasks that everybody's doing. So I highly encourage you to do that. The other thing is automation. And I know Kimberly talks about this all the time, and I cannot impress upon you enough that, find the software and the tools that you need to help you. If you have recurring tasks, use tools like Asana, ClickUp, use a Trello board. Trello's free, you guys. It's free. You can do a lot on Trello without having to pay for it. Asana has a free version you can do a lot on without having to pay for it. There's also a platform I recently heard about called Taskable you can use. But automation is going to be really big for you. We started recently using a CRM called HubSpot. We love it. Really starting to be able to automate a lot of our workflows, a lot of our segmentation. It's been fantastic. So I realize that some of these things you can't do till you get further along in your journey with your company, but start with something basic. If you have to, and we did this, have your Trello board, create a CRM on your Trello board. They have templates. You can create it, do what you need to do, but make sure you have it all documented. Okay, so tip number 4, and I love this. I hadn't really ever thought about this until I recently went to a networking event in Fort Lauderdale, and it was actually all about innovation. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Because I'm a very structured person. I like schedules. I like processes. I like systems. Like, I like to know what's happening. Kimberly is very innovative. She's very much a visionary. She's very creative. But you also, even if you're like me and you're very systemized strategy, scheduling, or all that stuff, you still need to take the time to be innovative. You need to innovate. So striking a balance between those is really important. And how's the best way to do that? First of all, within your team and amongst each other, you need to encourage a culture of innovation. You need to recognize rewarding creative ideas. You need to allow team members to experiment. We love when our team members come to us and say, hey, I've got this idea. Listen, we just rolled out our alumni program. Our alumni program came from because 2 of our team members were like, we really need this. And this is what we'd like to do. Now, it took us a long time to get here and to figure out what would work for us. But it was because of that creativity and that innovation. And if you can hear my dog barking in the background, I apologize. He's actually out back, but he's fairly loud. The other thing is you want to make sure, like I said, you need to have a framework within people can work. So let me give you an example. This past week, Kimberly and I were in Austin. At the time of this recording, it's October of 2023. And we were in Austin for our in-person mastermind for our flagship program. And we were very busy. She and I were busy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I flew out Saturday. We were serving our clients, really supporting them, helping them grow, helping them level up their businesses. And I got home from traveling on Saturday. It's been an incredibly busy, very structured time, right? We had things happening one after the other. And so yesterday, which was Sunday, I'm like, okay, today I'm taking the day. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like, whatever comes to me that I want to do. I walk the dogs. I made breakfast for the family. I kind of putzed around. I did some laundry, just, like mindless stuff for me. And I decided that I was just going to take a day and chill out and watch some Netflix. But what was interesting about that was because I gave my brain the time to just relax. I came out of yesterday with two of the coolest ideas that I'm so excited about. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could totally do that. Would be so much fun. And holy cow, it'd be so great for the women that we serve, so great for our community. Wow. It was really cool. But if I had been constantly in the doing the do, you know what I mean? In the tasks and running the hamster wheel, I would have never my brain wouldn't have had a chance to come to those things. So take the time to be creative, take the time to innovate. And the last thing is having regular brainstorming sessions. So we do this, we try to do it, I would say, we definitely do it when we're in person. So every May we have an in-person retreat for our United Life coaching clients. And we always come in a day or two earlier, the team, and we spend a day where we brainstorm, strategize, figure out what's working, what's not working. We do start, stop, keep. We go through all of that and we just kind of let our juices flow and come up with ideas. We'll be doing something like that again here before the end of the year. We try to do it at least 2 times a year. Ideally, we would love to do it quarterly. But it's that time for us to just literally brain dump ideas. And the best way I can tell you to do that, and you can do this even if you're a solopreneur, even if it's just you and a VA, you can do this. Do start, stop, keep. Do it once a quarter. It only takes a couple hours. Our team of 10 has done it in 2 hours. What I do is, because we're virtual and you may be virtual with your VA, take a Google Sheet, create a column, a tab, start, stop, and keep. On each tab, you have 2 columns. If there's 2 of you, however many of you, how many columns you have. And then you start with the start or start with the keep. It doesn't matter. Start with the keep. What's been great this past however many months, 3 months, 6 months? What's been great that we've done that we really has benefited our clients, benefited our team, grown the company? Those are the 3 things you want to always look at. What grows the company benefits your clients, benefits your team. So we've listed those out. And then we go to stop. What hasn't worked so well? What hasn't been great? What do we not like? And then we do start. What would we love to do? This is more the innovation side. What would we love to see happen? So we always do that. I would say at least twice a year, more often if we can. So those are my tips for you. So I just want to reiterate to you guys. So my 4 tips to helping you that are really essential in leadership and just really growing your company in your startup, whatever that looks like. Again, whether you have a network marketing team, whether you have a coaching business, whether you have an online course or program, even if you have a brick and mortar, these are important leadership skills and things to remember. And if you say to me, oh, Allyson, I'm already 5 years past that. I've already got a team of 10 and I'm already doing all this. Listen, we've gone back and we've done these things, even when we were past that point. So it's never too late to start. You can always start from where you're at. So again, remember, you want to remember that leadership is key. And if you say to me, I'm not very good at leadership, or I don't really know, guys, there's so much out there on leadership. Listen, just look at John Maxwell. John Maxwell has written I think 70 books. Is that right? 40, 50, something crazy like that. Majority of them on leadership. Go check out a leadership book. Listen to it on Audible. There's a great app called Headway that basically is the Audible Cliff Notes version of books. It's fantastic. It's $15 a month. So leadership, number 1. Number 2, putting together a capable team that believes in your value and your mission, and they have the attitude and the mindset to continue to grow is key. Number 3, efficient processes. I cannot stress enough how important having efficient processes. And keep it simple, you guys. Keep it simple. Keep it simple for you, for your team, for your clients, and your company will continue to flourish. And then lastly is really balancing innovation and structure into your company. You want times for structured processes, systems. Absolutely. You need those. You should be watching your numbers. What is the saying? If you can't measure it, you can't grow it, something like that. But you need to measure your numbers. You need to know your numbers, know where you are. Know where you are every week. What are your numbers? What's your profit? What's your loss? New clients, retained clients, whatever that looks like for you. You need to know that. But you also need to have time for innovation. Take the time to give your brain a chance to breathe and to be creative and to grow and take that time with your team. All right. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. I had a lot of fun coming in here. I'm excited to be able to come in here occasionally and just give you some tips from my side of the coin, from my perspective of working at Gold Digger Girl Co. And I hope you have an amazing day. Feel free to reach out to me if you want. I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, Allyson Mancini. Cannot miss me. And I hope that you have an amazing day. Take care.
I told you Allyson's awesome, and I hope you got a lot of nuggets and value from that episode. Also, a reminder, our #1 best-selling book, Boss It Up, Babe, I actually have a special gift for you. You can grab yourself a digital copy or a signed copy by me. It's up to you. We have this gift for you. It's going to teach you exactly how to own your online space, attract your ideal avatar to you, and just really level up your brand overall. So click the link below to grab your free copy of Boss It Up, Babe. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.